How could holiday rental software help to attract bookings for your holiday rentals? We all know that photos are important, but did you know there are tools built into the software to maximize the impact of your photos? But what are the pitfalls of doing it wrong? And what key steps should you follow? That's what we're going to discuss today on Smashing Your Goals with Holiday Rental Software. But before we get started, I'd like to share with you an article that will help if you're not using a holiday rental software yet, or you're thinking of changing software for your short-let business. On our website, booksterhq.com, you can sign up for free for the article with questions to ask during a holiday rental software demo, an essential document if you're considering making any change. But now, let's get started. Welcome to the Smashing Your Goals with Holiday Rental Software, a fortnightly podcast providing information and actionable tips to help holiday rental managers just like you to smash their goals. This is our first podcast where we look at a challenge that faces holiday rental owners and managers and discuss a technical solution that can help you. I'm the host, Kelly O'Dore, Marketing Director of Bookster Holiday Rental Software, where we have been making tools to help holiday rental owners for over 10 years. In our debut episode, let's kick things off with a little bit of context. How did we get here? Providing holiday rental or self-catering homes in exchange for a fee is a service that property owners and managers have been providing for decades. It's fascinating. I find it fascinating to see how the landscape of holiday rentals has evolved over the years, even whilst I've been going on holiday. That transition from placing physical ads in newspapers and in shop windows and paying in cash on arrival through to where we are now, this digital era with online booking platforms like Airbnb, it has completely revolutionized the industry. Today, with the advent of the internet and these online travel agents, the process has become much more accessible, much more convenient for both property owners and for guests. These online booking platforms and websites have not only expanded the reach of these rental services, but have also introduced these new levels of transparency and convenience. And there are other changes. What guests expect in their holiday rental, that's changed. It's merged more with what they would expect in a hotel, yet it is a completely different industry. There is criminal activity within the industry, most commonly fraud. And additionally, there are now a greater variety of self-catering options. Look, now we even have glamping pods, trains, castles. I even saw an advert the other day for a plane, all providing these options for the guest. As the industry has become more complicated, the need for holiday owner support became clear. And that's when holiday rental software and coaching services as well stepped into the picture. Initially, these software tools were pretty straightforward. Bookster itself, it started as a book now button on a website, and that's it. But as the holiday rental industry has become more complicated, so has the software. Now, one aspect that I find interesting is the evolution of software. As software develops, it tends to diverge organically from its competitors. Each software company incorporates the tools and the features that it's going to develop based on its capabilities, its internal skills, the importance that it applies to those particular features and tools, and on clients' needs. So consequently, even with a common tool name such as automated guest emails, the functionality and support can significantly differ amongst various different software solutions. So if you're thinking about using a software to help your business, it's really valuable to realize that each software is unique, and what might seem identical on the surface can have a whole different dance going on inside. My advice is that when you're on the hunt for the perfect software, don't expect this perfect dreamy match where everything is ideal, because it's just unrealistic. And it's a bit like dating. You might find one that checks 90% of your wish list, but that last 10%, well, you might need to tweak your moves a bit. So, a lot of working with software is about pinpointing your priorities and finding a software that supports those and letting go or adjusting some of your ideas that just aren't fundamental to your business success. Okay, enough background. Let's make a start with why photos are so important. Guests can check out your property in a number of places, and we'll focus today on channels like Airbnb and Booking.com, and also on your own website. To showcase the value of your holiday rental, you should have the best quality photos of your property, from outside in the street, through each and every room, and including any of those outdoor spaces, such as gardens, terraces, and pools. Now, the first way that holiday rental software can help here is by sharing your photos with your website and all your channels. So you don't have to manually log into every channel to upload the photos. This helps you when you're first getting started, but over time, it continues to add value as you can update your photos in one central place, knowing that they will be updated in each and every connection that you have. The second way a holiday rental software can help is by checking the quality of your photos and comparing it to the quality demanded by the channels like Airbnb. They have strict rules on photo size and quality, and if your photos don't meet these standards, they just won't publish them. But your holiday rental software can help. It can indicate these problems in advance so you have the opportunity to obtain more photos. And the third way a holiday rental software can help, particularly with the channels, is by offering the ability to give each and every one of your photographs a name, a description, and a tag. Tags are things like living room, dining room, kitchen. Each of these bits of data is shared instantly with each of the channels, and they use that data to display your holiday rental to more potential guests. So it's a really important task to do. Let's consider your website now. For your website to attract potential guests, it needs to look great. It needs to perform well, including being lightning fast. Photos and videos are some of the main culprits in slowing down your website, so it may look beautiful, but it will be penalized in the rankings of search engines like Google due to its performance. Holiday rental software can compress your photos before sharing on your website, and this will ensure that your photos will look great without compromising on the all-important page speed. We'll cover both channels and websites in future episodes, but for today, we'll stop here. Moving on back to the second part of the podcast, called Podcast Pointer. Each session will look at one solution within holiday rental software that can help you overcome a problem. Today, the Bookster team have voted for a pointer on the license registration number. This tool provides a place where you can add your license or registration number and the date of expiry. Once you've added these details, they can be shared on the channels that you use and on your own website. This provides an automated method to show your property license details in line with local legislation. When the expiration of your license is due, your holiday rental software can indicate that the renewal date and/or the license number needs updating, and will share the updated information with the channels and on your website once you have it. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Smashing Your Goals with Holiday Rental Software. If you like the episode or you think it'll be useful for someone in the holiday rental industry, please leave a review on podchaser.com or on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts. If you've got any questions, let me know on our Facebook page, which is bookstarhq.com. For more information or a demo on how Bookster can help you, check out our website at bookstarhq.com. And remember, we believe that experiences matter, so whenever you're choosing a software service, make sure you choose one that considers your needs and the needs of your team and your guests.